Hi guys, Forgotten Wolf here, and the Mario Galaxy movie is out now, and my instant reaction was, as you saw in a short, absolute cinema. The movie was great, and I thought the Easter eggs were really good, the plot was great, and the lore, oh my goodness, there was a bunch of lore drop, but I'll be going over all of this and more in this review of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So I'll start off with the start of the movie, which was great and shocking at the same time. I was not expecting Bowser Jr. to kidnap Rosalina like that. Honestly, me and my friends who were watching the movie were placing bets on who Bowser Jr. was gonna body first. We expected it to be Mario. Was not expecting Rosalina. Rosalina did good, but Bowser Jr. He reminds me in every way, just like Bowser in the first film. He gave off that same villain, and Bowser Jr. was a great villain, very complex character. Yoshi's introduction was really good and funny, and I love the montage of Yoshi living life in Brooklyn. And something to note, based off the montage, it seems like a lot of time has passed since the first film, since Yoshi fully grew up, and Mario and Luigi have fully moved to the Mushroom Kingdom since the last movie. And yeah, although Yoshi running from the cops, that was one of my favorite scenes. That was too funny and unexpected. But overall, they nailed the introduction to all three essential new characters. Overall, every main character and the cast perfectly nailed their roles. Obviously, the returning cast did great, but I do want to talk about Mario and Peach. There's a lot more romance in this movie between Mario and Peach, and my God, Mario is in love so bad. I've never seen it and get like this before, bro. Luigi and Yoshi making fun of Mario for completely falling for Peach was really funny, but that was also, yeah, it was the whole movie. And although subtle, Peach does at certain points flirt with Mario, and at the end, her giving Mario a little kiss was so unexpected. They very much teased that Mario and Peach would go on a date, although Mario didn't ask Peach out directly, but based off some of the quotes in the movie, it's very possible that Mario and Peach are dating by the time of the third movie. There's just no confirmation. As for the new cast, Ben Saffy did great as Bowser Jr., and the relationship between Jr. and Jack Black's Bowser was great, and honestly, yeah, one of the best dynamics in the movie. Bowser Jr. cares so deeply about his dad, and Bowser became such a more complex character. I really hope Bowser Jr. is back in the third film. Brie Larson as Rosalina, I feel like she didn't really get a fair chance considering how excited she was for this. Out of the limited screen time Rosalina did get, Brie Larson was perfect. Portraying Rosalina being a mother to the Lumas, she nailed that part of Rosalina, and she brought really a whole new element to the character. And Glenn Powell as Fox, my God, he was perfect. The quotes are great, and Fox explaining his origin story was so tragic yet badass at the same time. Fox is really cool, and he just gives an aura off to him. I'm so excited to see Glenn Powell will return as Fox in a movie later on, but more on that later. Finally, Donald Glover as Yoshi. Even though he only said one word, he was great as Yoshi. He brought pretty much a new tone to Yoshi. Like every time Yoshi said a word, he delivered it with such a tone. It was great. Yeah, I'll move on to what I think is the main idea of the movie. Finding your family. That was a really present theme throughout the whole movie. Yoshi stays with Mario and Luigi despite incredible odds because they took him in. They are his family when no one else did. They treated Yoshi like a brother. Hell, they live in the same house. Peach and Rosalina being revealed as sisters also was a massive lore drop. But I will say the second they showed the flashback at the beginning with Rosalina and Peach, I could tell instantly they were going to be sisters. And that has massive lore implications that I need to explore in a future video. But Peach's journey of learning who she was and finding who truly was her family, being Rosalina, and, well, later seems to be Mario, was perfectly portrayed. No, honestly, it's probably the best route they could have gone with Peach after the first movie. Bowser and Bowser Jr.'s dynamic was also really good. Bowser feels like he matured a lot, being kind of a good guy, although with Bowser, my one thing for the next movie I want with Bowser is for them to pick a lane. Like, they were doing this thing, is he a good guy, is he a bad guy? Didn't really know the whole film. Seems like more of an anti-hero with Bowser, so yeah. But Bowser Jr. is the reflection of Bowser and helped him find himself. These two were a comedic duo, and they had some really, really touching moments. I just completely loved it. Bowser, in general, despite being a villain, got some much needed character development. And in the first movie, he was kind of like, he loves Peach. He's the big bad bad, and he wants to kill Mario because he sees him as a rival for Peach. Yeah, we get to see what Bowser's biggest regrets are, what makes him tick. However, Dry Bowser appearing was completely unexpected, and I think they portrayed it very well. Well, I did not expect them to go to the Dry Bowser route this early. Now he gets to spend his days with his son, regretting something that he regretted not being able to do back at the very beginning of the movie, if you remember. Bowser's ending, well, sad. It's also a good thing. Bowser gets to do what he finally wanted to do. One thing I do wish about Bowser and Bowser Jr. is that I feel like this movie could have been, well, it's not really Bowser Jr. I feel like this could have been an hour and 45 minutes. That way they could have traveled to more galaxies, but that's really just a nitpick. But the main issue I have was I feel like the threat of the universe being destroyed wasn't fleshed out enough. Yeah, like the main thing is in the first movie, Bowser's going to destroy the Mushroom Kingdom, and in the second movie, it seems like Bowser Jr. literally goes on how they're going to destroy the universe, and to me at least, it seemed like they were still preparing to destroy the Mushroom Kingdom. So it's like the threat of the universe wasn't really explored, except for the flashback where they didn't say what force wanted to take Peach and Rosalina, and certainly wasn't Bowser. He would have been a kid. He would have been a kid by that point. So maybe it's a hint to Master Hand existing, but that's for another video. I've heard people complain that this is too similar to the first film with the princess being kidnapped and then the Mushroom Kingdom is threatened before Mario, Peach, and Luigi save the day. This is slightly the case in the Mario Galaxy movie, but I think it works better in this movie with the idea of family and all the callbacks to the Mario games. I loved the callback to the Super Mario Bros. Of Mario and Peach fighting Bowser on the literal final boss with an axe. Mario cutting off with an axe. That was great. And yeah, I think the plot was good, but the main problem is that for me at least, it seems like they switched up their approach midway through the movie from being loosely based on the various Mario games to directly adapted from Mario games, Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Maker 1 and 2. I hope this changed in the third film, as it feels like they switch it up, like the tone, not the tone, but like it felt a lot fast paced, and it felt like you really separate the movie into two parts, really. The beginning, and then when they arrive on Planet Bowser. That's like when everything gets a lot changed up, and it feels loosely connected, although not really. And even with Daisy, I think they need to change one thing in particular for the third film, and that's the villains. No shame on the cast, but really, I think to break out of this cycle, they need to bring in Wario. Peach and Rosalina reuniting was great, although I wonder if Peach's powers introduced in this movie will play the role in the next 3D Mario. But the movie was great, and I think the next movie also could thrive on is a slightly smaller cast, as I think certain characters weren't necessary. But if the movie didn't have the Peach side plot, the cast could have been just Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Bowser, and Bowser Jr. trying to get to Rosalina, or maybe just try to get Peach and Rosalina back. That would have been great. I don't mean to sound too negative, but the Mario, Luigi, and Bowser trio was extremely promising and funny, and I think they need to expand on this in the future. This showed a lot of potential, and I think a lot of people want to see more of this. Now let's talk about the ending. Oh boy, the Peach and Mario kiss was completely unexpected. Mario loves Peach, that must have made so obvious, and he's making advances towards her, but Peach kissing Mario is huge. Maybe they'll keep them as friends, but it seems like it's heavily implied by what's said on Luigi. These two are going to be dating by the time of the third film, or maybe the third film will open with Mario and Peach going on a date. That was set up in the first movie as well. I'm so sure of that. But yeah, I expect Nintendo to give us an answer. It's like the games are one thing, they said they're friends, but I mean, come on. Peach is very clearly Mario's romantic interest. They even set up Daisy as Luigi's romantic interest. I doubt they're doing the same thing as in the games. But let's go to the post-credits scene. First off, the Nintendo Cinematic Universe is confirmed. Oh my god, I can't believe this. Star Fox getting his own film means we're actually getting a Nintendo Cinematic Universe. That's just I can't believe that. I'm so happy to see Glenn Powell stars Star Fox and Fox returning. But we can already get a general plot of the Star Fox movie being Fox returns home, gets his team back together before they go to take down Andros. And that's like I'll go into more in depth in a video future on the Star Fox movies or on a Star Fox movie. But the second post credit scene with Daisy was shocking, and I mean nobody and not many people expected this. I think everyone kind of expected it to be DK or Luigi's Mansion or Wario, not Daisy. That was unexpected. Credit to Nintendo for once in their company's history, they kept a major leak undercover and didn't reveal it. Ocarina of Time remake. Yeah, but what the Daisy reveal does tell us is the next movie should be following the Super Mario Land's games and will be titled the Mario Land movie, unless Nintendo mocks everyone again and goes with Odyssey. However, the Daisy reveal lines out Phase 1 of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, as I'm calling it, with what I'm calling it the princess being kidnapped phase. All three Mario movies, from what it seems like, are going to be following the same idea of saving a kidnapped princess. Maybe this will be the case for the Legend of Zelda movies, and for a Luigi's Mansion movie, which we know is coming. I have no doubt that they're introducing Daisy to replace her to take Mario's role in a Luigi's Mansion movie. And yeah, this also follows a similar structure before the Smash movie, which I know Miyamoto said that won't happen. I am so convinced that's gonna happen. That does it for me. Overall, the Mario Galaxy movie gets an 8 out of 10 out of me. Although there are flaws, it makes a very good sequel to the Mario movie and helps to extend the cinematic universe. I think the people reviewing this Mario movie are being too harsh on everyone. If you look at even as a Mario movie, I think it's great. But if you look at it as a Nintendo Cinematic Universe movie, like in this kind of like not a Marvel movie, but kind of like the same idea, then this movie gets a lot better. It's meant to kickstart the Nintendo Cinematic Universe or the NCU. Excuse me, I just burped. You might not have heard that. I'll make a lot more content on what this means for the future of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe and what this movie means for the Mario timeline. I'll still be doing a lot of Game of Thrones content, of course. But until then, bye!